to you is this. When was the last time you spoke to Governor Cuomo? I know that there's been a lot of important issues from vaccinations to indoor dining, all kinds of things that have to do with the city's recovery. And I wonder when the last time you spoke to him was and what you talked about.
Weeks ago, I know we were talking about COVID, specifically some element of the vaccination effort. And look, as I've said, our teams, no matter what's going on in Albany, our teams keep talking and working together best possible, and our healthcare teams as well with the Albany healthcare team. And we're all going to keep moving forward. But that said, what's happening in Albany is making it harder to get things done. And that's why I think change is needed there. Go ahead, Marcia.
Well, I guess the big concern now is that the budget is 2 weeks away. And are you at all worried about the role the governor will be able to play in terms of making, negotiating with the legislature?
I think the legislature is going to be the lead in this process. I think the governor's in crisis, and his crisis has become a distraction to the whole state. But thank God the legislature is strong and moving forward, and I have a lot of faith in Speaker Hasty and Majority Leader Stewart Cousins to get the job done.
Next is Juan Manuel from New York One.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. How are you?
Good, Juan Manuel. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. Mr. Mayor, now that President Biden, when asked about whether Governor Cuomo should resign, has said we should wait for the investigation, given the governor some breathing room, and now that it's been reported that the person in charge of the vaccination effort in the state is calling county officials gauging support for Governor Cuomo, do you think that what you've said about the governor in the last few days could end up harming New York City and its vaccination efforts? Do you fear any sort of retaliation?
Juan Manuel, what we've heard is about the governor and his team trying to link vaccine supply to political support. That is the definition of corruption. It is disgusting. It is dangerous. There are lives on the line, and it cannot be tolerated. There needs to be now a full investigation of that, on top of the investigation of the nursing home scandal, the investigation of the sexual harassment and molestation. There needs to be an investigation of what happened with the Tappan Zee Bridge, but now on top of it, there needs to be an investigation of why a senior official in the governor's office clearly tried to link vaccine supply to political support. And I'll tell you something, he better not call me, because I'll tell him what he can do with that. No, it's unacceptable, and we are not going to stand for it. And if we see any effort to reduce the vaccine supply to New York City as political retribution, we will bring it right out in the open. Go ahead, Juan Manuel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And looking at the indicators today, it looks pretty good for the city. A positivity rate right now of 3.16.